story. All right? What did we have? We had Melech Yisrael and Melech Yehuda, and they come down and they join up with Edom, and they're here on the southern border, and they're going to attack Moab from the desert. All right? They ran out of water, so this is called Nahal Zered. Nahal Zered. That's a natural border between Moab and Edom. So Edom, all the three kings are parked here. Moab finds out about them, and they come down to the border as well. And they're standing there when it comes the next morning, so that they run out of water. So where's the water going to come from exactly? So the prophet says, don't worry, you will find water. All right, so this is, we're looking at the Dead Sea, and it's somewhat of a topic. You can see like this is a topographic map. You can see it's like in between the mountains, there's a little bit of a valley. Over here, a break in the mountains. Let's do this one's better. Okay? You see, this is going to be north Moab. This is the border. It's a natural border. And this becomes Edom over here. Now, my topographic map, this is about 40 miles or so. Now, look at the hills of Edom. Up over here, and then it runs down until you get into Nahal Zered. Meaning, what happens, just like we have, if it rains, let's say it would rain in Yerushalayim, it's not going to rain down in the Dead Sea. But 2 hours later, the water's going to come pouring out through the different, you have all the collection of the streams of water. They become a raging flash flood that comes into the body. Meaning, if I have rain that lands up over here in Edom, it doesn't have to rain over here. This is where the armies are parked. It's raining back over here. So what does the prophet say? You shall not see the wind. You shall not see the rain. Okay? But you'll have water. Why? Because it was raining in this area. The water comes running down. And the armies are over here. And then you have a flash flood. Flash flood comes in. A couple of hours later, the flash flood stops. All of the Gavim fill up with water. Fantastic. Why is this miraculous? It's a natural occurrence. But the prophet, like a lot of things, the prophet comes in and says, this is what's going to happen, and it happens when he says it should happen. That's the miracle in it. Why is it that Moab, who's situated over here, takes a look and they think it's blood? So Rashi said, because the sun shone in the morning hours, it made it look red. But even according to Rashi, we could use a little help from what? From the reflection of the sun off of the sides of the mountain. So let's take a visit to Nahal Zered. Right? This is Nahal Zered, the natural border. Let's go to Nahal Zered. All right, Nahal Zered, the natural border. And here we are inside Nahal Zered. It looks pretty dry. However, it looks like anywhere else. But here's Nahal Zered when it's filled in with water. It must have rained someplace to have a flashlight. It's kind of fun. Reddish? Is it reddish? Yeah, not so good. How about over here? Is it reddish? A little better. Some oxidation going on, a little bit red. Let's do this one. Boom! We got a red canyon over here. And some water in the bottom. The sun comes up in the morning, the way at a certain angle, reflects against the canyons, and then the bottom looks red. If you don't expect the water to be there, that looks like blood. And that sounds, it's almost like a modern idea, right? It sounds like a modern shot in what's going on in the Psukim. However, surprise, surprise, let's take a look at Rashi. I thought you would see that David. This is Rashi. The water began falling from heaven in the morning in the land of Edom. And at the time of offering up the meal offering, which is a few hours later, it came surging into that valley. Since the prophet had said, you shall not see wind, neither shall you see rain. Medrash Tanchuma. Rashi looks like he's describing over here a flash flood. So this is interesting. This is a possible shot, based upon our understanding of the workings of the land. And we see that they use this. You go to Tel Beersheba, the same thing. They have a setup that they got their water off of, taking the waters that would flood out, come out of Nahal Hebron. That might be an understanding of what happened in that story in the Tanakh. Just to finish up with a little bit of inspiration. B'shuv Hashem, right? Shir HaMalos. B'shuv Hashem at Shivat Zion. God brings back the captives of Zion. We're like dreamers. What do we say? Shuvah Hashem at Shivitenu, Ka'afikim Ba'negev. Right? That Hashem should return our captivity like rivulets in the arid land. So let's take a look over here. We have a little bit of a rivulet, like an afik, a little of an afik, and that joins in with all the others, right? And eventually makes, I think I'm cheating. I don't think this is in the mega. But it eventually makes a larger stream. And that's really what's happening in our days with the ingathering of the exiles. This is old, this is from 1991. But you see, from all over the world, we're coming back to Eretz Yisrael, like streams that are coming to one place, and Be'ezrat Hashem, it should grow even more, and that we should find ourselves in Mass, B'Yushalayim, HaKodesh, Be'ezrat Hashem. So thank you very much.